Hey there everybody. I just sprayed my mill pack last night, the second coat of the top coat, which was Kelly Moore's Dura-poxy. I sprayed the whole bottom floor of this house. Took about 7 or 8 gallons of Dura-poxy for the one coat. And out of all that, I did get probably 2 runs, and I got some windowsills that got some dry spray that fell on them after they were sprayed that I'm probably gonna fix up. So there's a run on the bottom right corner of the casing here in this bathroom window. All the wainscoting in here is tied in with the window casing, and I need to fix the run at the bottom right corner. After I wet sand it down, instead of just brushing it out, I'm just gonna spray it because I have the pump and paint still, and I'm gonna just take care of it real fast. So this run's actually pretty bad. It's kind of a little puddle there on the right side. And I'm gonna actually use a razor knife to cut it down a little bit first, which I rarely do. Usually I would only need to wet sand with some nice paper, nice flat sandpaper, and some water, of course. And I'll show you my secrets of wet sanding. There's a lot of videos on how to wet sand, and it is pretty straightforward, but I've got some tips for latex, how to wet sand it and not chunk off the paint or pull the paint off. So I have a bucket of water down here, of clean water, and I've got a nice flat piece of 220 sandpaper, and I can take a little bit of the grit off of it if I like, just to smooth out any edge, and just dip this in water lightly. And I've actually got plenty on here. What I should do is actually cut it with the razor knife. So I'll just get it wet and cut it with the razor knife. I'll actually get the razor knife wet too. And I've got a brand new razor knife. The same kind I would use in my painter's knife. And I'm going to lay that flat on there and try to slice off a little bit, because it's a pretty high little puddle of paint here. So I sliced into it. You get it wet again. Get that wet. Okay, you can see here. Let's see if I just sliced off. That was part of the run. Get the knife wet again. I actually put this flat surface of the knife there, so it puts water there on the surface. And we'll go for this run that's kind of on the left side right here. It's slicing it through pretty good. You can see here. I'm catching a little bit of everything. With the knife wet again, I can feel it sticking in the surface. Okay, so there's a little bit left there. I'm not going to go too crazy on that because I don't want to dig in deep, and I haven't dug into it yet. So now we'll take our nice flat sandpaper. It's 220, and just get some water on there. See how that sticks? You want enough water so you won't hurt the surface. You don't have to use a sanding sponge. I had that just in case. I got a rag in hand. Now the secret to wet sanding. See how that sticks? You want good. You want surface contact with that water. You shake out too much excess. But the secret to wet sanding is if you have to do a large area of a run, like say down a door or something, you only want to wet sand it for about 10 seconds at a time. 10-15 seconds. And stop. You don't want to keep working it because you will chunk that paint right off, and you have that paint peeling off, which opens it up the surface, and you'd have to use filler to fix it, but it's hard to fix because you have the edge of paint peeling away. So you actually want to let it kind of dry. Like, so if, say you had a long paint run and I had to sand up here, I would sand that for 10-15 seconds and dry it and work down here for 10-15-20 seconds as this is drying, and then I'd switch back and forth to my areas, because if I just keep sanding that, it gets too soft. You see, I keep my paper wet. Now here I can choose to go with the sanding sponge on top of that paper now, which I will open up my paper. I just put it like that. The run's almost gone. See how this whole thing will stick? There's like a slurry of paint there. That's a good thing. Okay, I wonder if you can see what we got. It's a nice, flat, smooth surface. So I'll wipe that off, wipe that excess off. That paint run is fixed. Now I'm just going to spray this whole window out just to make it easy. So I'll just spray that whole window. It's already masked up top to keep the walls clean. The wainscot will stay clean down here when I fix this paper ledge up just a little bit. And here's some of the other parts of the bathroom. This master bathroom. The light on it. Wainscot in here. Shower, the closet and vestibule for the bathroom. We got 8-foot tall door jambs. Everything's all sprayed down here. Everything in the house is looking really, really good. I'm going to unmask it today. So I was supposed to unmask it already, but I'm fixing a couple runs. So now I'll be ready to spray it. All right, thanks for watching my video. Secrets of wet sanding. Don't work the surface for more than 10-15 seconds max before you dry it, and let it dry out before you work it anymore, or else your paint will chunk off. And keep a clean rag. Don't work with messed up sandpaper. Nothing rougher than 220. And use quality paints and products. Okay, have a great day. Bye. Well, I just got the wet sanding done on my windowsill of this bathroom. This is the casing where I had the run right here. I just showed you guys how to fix it, how to wet sand it. And now I'm gonna spray it real fast. Just sprayed this whole house, the whole downstairs the last couple days with primer and two top coats of latex. So just to let you know, today I was coming in to unmask everything and to finish up pickup work. So when I'm in here working today, I have been wearing my respirator. It's pretty much crucial. Even if I had no spraying to do today, just all the gases and vapors coming off this entire floor from all this work that I've been spraying, it's not good for you. You start having chest problems or breathing problems. at the minimum. So always wear your PPE, your personal protection equipment. I'm spraying this with the 310 fine finish tip by Graco, the Graco contractor gun, and I'm using Dura-poxy by Kelly Moore. Well, that's good timing. The pump was really low on paint. I'm not completely out, but I think the pump intake just came up, kind of came up out of the bucket a little bit, so it's off the bottom of the paint. I caught some air. Anyways, got that sprayed out, and that's going to dry pretty fast. I'll still be able to unmask anything in here in this house today and do all my pickup work. Got to paint some edges of the doors, like the edge of the exterior door over there. Here's the kitchen. All the trim's done now. I sprayed the island kitchen. There's like 49 windows in this house. I think there's something like 20, 25 or something like that downstairs alone. There's a lot of door jambs, all 8-foot tall door jambs. All of this got oil-based, all this MDF got oil-based primer sprayed on, and 2 top coats of quality satin paint. There's 3 windows, doors in the dining room. I don't have my light on me to light all this up for you, but I sprayed some doors in here. Bank of 4 windows. 4 windows, 8-foot tall. I had to use a ladder to spray the top down of all this stuff. I could spray the inside boxes from the floor, but the top angle down, I had to step up on my 4-foot ladder. There's a 9-foot tall built-in bookcase and fireplace mantle, TV niche. Got the entry over there. This is another master bedroom. There's all these door jambs, pocket doors. I sprayed this pocket door. It's all dry. Got a light in here. This is the master bathroom. Wall-to-wall paneling. Nice smooth MDF. All the MDF was sanded, even all the smooth paneling, because there's mill marks and scratches and dings and everything else. Nail holes need to be sanded because it swells up the MDF around the nail holes anyways. So it all got hit with orbital machine sanders. Using Festools. I'm going to unmask all these windows. It's going to bring a lot more light in here. What's this?